Hey everyone, welcome to day 24. Today I'm going to share with you what I look for when I am looking in my downline for future leaders. So this might come as a surprise to you that what I am not necessarily looking for are people who have high PRV or who have high recruits, and I'll explain why. The number one thing that I am looking for when I am looking to work with someone in my downline to mentor them and coach them into being a leader if they want to, the number one thing that I personally look for is, are they a cheerleader? So I have my own team page. So everyone who I am listed as their director, their star director, and the superstar director for. So I'm their immediate director. I have a team page specifically for them. One of the things that I do as a leader is that I do order shout outs. So usually on Mondays, I will go in and I will do order shout outs. So anyone who placed an order from the previous Monday to this Monday. And it will just say, congratulations on your recent orders. And I will put a list of anyone who recently ordered. Okay. Now, people do have the right, if they do not want to be included in that, they can message me and ask to be not on the list. And that is 100% okay. But in almost 12 years of doing Scentsy, I've only ever had one person ask not to be on the list. And I believe that the reason for that is that everyone has 5 love languages. You maybe have heard of the book before. And words of affirmation is one of the love languages. And it tends to rate very high for a lot of people who choose to do Scentsy. So one of the things, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I oftentimes will have pictures recognizing my team, or pictures of me sending out happy mail to recognize my team. Celebrating my team is a really big part of my team culture. And so I tend to attract those kinds of people who are looking to be recognized. I attract those kinds of people into my organization. So I do these team shout outs, and what I'm actually looking for, so as much as I'm recognizing the people, which is 100% true, what I'm actually looking for is who is commenting underneath those posts saying, way to go, that's fantastic, you're awesome, keep it up, like all those kinds of things. So in my mind, I'm always looking for someone who is a cheerleader. So why is that important to me as the leader? Well, what I'm looking for are people who are happy and can cheer on other people who are succeeding. So one of the things that you may find if you work in a traditional job, or if you work in a corporate office, is that if somebody promotes, everyone else gets worried about it, or they take it as like, well, I like, what makes them so good? Why am I not able to do that? And it just kind of, it sets its tone of competitiveness, which is absolutely the opposite of how I operate my life. Okay, I am a big believer in that everyone can win if they're willing to do the work. Okay, and so the thing that I'm looking for is like, can she or he be happy for somebody else's win? And if they can, I truly believe that they will make an excellent superstar director one day, because part of my job is that I love on my team and I work with them and I celebrate them so much, because most people in life do not get celebrated, right? We have a lot of people in my organization and they are stay-at-home moms. How many stay-at-home moms do you think are being recognized for doing all that diligent, hard work every single day? None. Maybe a couple. I shouldn't say none. Maybe a couple. Their husbands are super grateful for what they do. But on average, most people do not get any kind of recognition. In fact, when you work at a regular day job, your recognition is your paycheck, right? And that's what everyone works for. I mean, that's what we do. We trade time for money. That's what a job is. But I try to be the leader who celebrates my team. And so because that's my a big part of my organization, that's what I'm always looking for. So I can, if I reach out to somebody and I, thank you so much for cheering that person on. It means a lot to me that you can be excited when somebody else is winning, because their win does not mean you fail, right? We'll say, like, are you at all interested in working with me on becoming a leader? And I leave it in their hands. If they're not, that's fine. But if they are, I can teach anybody how to make sales. I can teach anybody how to recruit, but I cannot teach somebody to authentically be happy when somebody else wins. Okay, so that's what I'm always looking for. So being a cheerleader, really, really important part of of Scentsy. Really, we celebrate. This is what we do. So I really want to challenge you that if you're director or your star director or your superstar director, if they are posting on the team page and they are shouting people out, I want to encourage you to become a little cheerleader, okay? Become a keyboard cheerleader where if you see someone doing something amazing, you shout them out. Start building this into the practice of how you run your business, okay? Something else I want to let you know is that if you are a star consultant or above, it's your choice, but I do recommend that star consultants start their own team page. So if they're ready, okay, if you're not ready, you don't have to, obviously, but the sooner I can get a star consultant to start thinking about running their business as a director, star director, or superstar director, the quicker they're going to catch on and the more likely they are to succeed is what I have seen in my organization. So I can't speak for anybody else. I'm telling you what I have seen as evidence from what I teach my people. So if they feel confident and ready and their goal is to eventually become a director or become their own team, then I encourage them to start their own team page. So some people will say, well, what am I going to post on there? You know what? You just have to show up and be present, be you. This goes back to what we've been talking about this whole program. You need to start showing up. Do it scared. People need to see you. They need to get to know, like, and trust you. If you have no connection with your team, they're going to leave. Okay. And the only way to get connection, unless you're going to message every single person on an ongoing basis, which we do say that you should do for one what you can do for 1,000. So if you don't think that it's possible for you to reach out to 1,000 people, I personally don't think it's possible for me. So I show up on the team page so that they can see me, so that they can feel connected to me. Okay, so really important. I also like doing team nights when available. I usually try to do some kind of barbecue or something in the summer, or just meet at a park. You can do a potluck, or you can just say, hey, bring your family. We're going to meet at the beach. We're going to spend a couple of hours together. If you want to come, come. Just give them an opportunity to actually come together. Okay, if you can't do that, or if you're not close to everybody, we started our business in Ontario. We moved to British Columbia. So I'm not able to be in person with those people as often anymore, but we can do Zooms. I put together these kinds of programs so that people can see me, right? You'll notice that I have not done a single one where you are just looking at my desktop and I'm teaching you something. I'm trying to speak to you so that you can see me, so that you can get to know me, that you feel like you like me and trust me. And that is being shown to me by the comments that I've been getting. I've been getting private messages, and it means the world to me. So it's important for you to show up and do it scared. If you're like, well, I hate what I look like. Everybody hates what they look like, okay? You're not a unicorn. Everybody hates what they look like. Everybody hates what they sound like. If you are a unicorn and you love yourself and you love the way you look and you love your voice, awesome. But the rest of us are just doing it scared. Just show up. That's what your future self requires of you to be doing today. Okay. There's a little saying, it'll come up in tomorrow's video on the printable, but it says, the future is when you will wish you had done what you are not doing today. Okay. So future you depends on today you to actually do the work. Okay. So you can start a page, and on there you do want to set some guidelines. So one of the things that we do with Scentsy is we don't allow negativity on pages. The reason for this is twofold. Number one, people tend to, negativity breeds negativity. Okay. So I can tell you that between video recordings, I was eating lunch and I popped on Facebook and I was looking at somebody had posted something and it was negative. And there were like 36 comments. This post was written like 8 minutes before I read it. And there were like 36 comments and they were all negative. Okay. So with being a leader, one of the things that you need to be looking for is you need to be finding solutions to problems, not complaining about your situation. Okay. If you are a chronic complainer, you're probably not watching these videos. I I don't know how else to say it, but you are probably watching these videos because you are in the mindset of winning. You want to win. And here's the thing, winners don't whine and whiners don't win. So when you allow negativity on your page, it will breed negativity. When you allow positivity on your page, it breeds positivity. That's why I am huge on this culture of celebration. I let my team know if something is not going how you want it to go, and you have looked in 3 places to find a solution, and you still are stuck, please send me a private message. Don't post about it on the team page. Now, this is not to say that we have toxic positivity. That's not it at all. But with Scentsy, we do have a thing where you vent up. Okay, so you vent to your director. If you have a problem, look for 3 solutions. If you're still stuck, go to your director. If you're still stuck, your director should go to your star director. Your star director should coach your director, and the director should coach you. That's how it goes. Okay, so you go up, you vent up, and you cheer down. You cheer everybody, but specifically you cheer down. Okay, so you should be cheering on. If you have 1 person on your team right now, you should be celebrating them so much, encouraging them. You know, if they have a question about something, you're like, you know what, that is a great question. Let's find the answer together. Okay, it's not my job I'm not a genie in a bottle who can summon up these amazing answers. As a superstar director, this might surprise some of you, my workstation is exactly the same as your workstation. Okay, so I will ask people, oh, that's a great question. Where are the 3 places you've already looked for the answer? And that will usually, I won't hear from them again because they're like, oh, have not looked anywhere. You are a business owner. Part of owning a business is being solution oriented. Okay. So what I would like you to do today, I don't have a printable for this. I'm asking you to take initiative on this. I want you to write down about 10 leadership qualities. Okay. So that could be, well, I don't want to like really prompt you too much. I want you to think about what are 10 leadership qualities that you see. Obviously, we were talking about Scentsy specific, but like if you see things outside of Scentsy and you're like, you know what, that's a really great leadership quality. I want you to write down 10 leadership qualities. Then part 2 of this homework is I want you to pick 3. What are the 3 that most resonate with you as a person? Okay, so I will give you one example, and one would be generosity. So to me, it's a very important attribute for me in leadership. It's one of the things that I resonate with so much. Being generous with your time, being generous with your resources, being generous with what I know, my knowledge. We've talked about this already in this video series. The more that you know, the more you should share, right? So that is a generosity to me is a leadership attribute, and it's one that I personally resonate with. If I have a list of 10, 7 of them I am not focused on. So remember back when we were talking about Instagram and there were 3 things that identified you: mind, faith, family, fragrance. 3. If you tell yourself you're going to adopt 10 attributes as a leader, you're not. You're going to fail. You're going to let yourself down. So you're going to pick 3. What are the top 3 attributes from your list that resonate most with you? I want you to highlight them or put a star beside them or whatever, but those 3 leadership attributes, I want you to look at every single day and ask yourself, do I exemplify these 3 attributes? Or if not, if the answer is no, what can you do? What can I do today to show these 3 attributes? Does that make sense? So I really want you to start thinking about what's important to you in your leadership. because tomorrow we are going to be talking about setting goals for the rest of Q3 and Q4. What Q3 and Q4, if you've never heard that term before, it means the year is split into 4 quarters. So January, February, March, Q1, April, May, June, Q2, July, August, September, Q3, October, November, December is Q4. So really, I want you to focus on your Q3 goals. You'll see in tomorrow's printable, it has Q3/Q4, but really, I want you to tighten up your timeline for your goals to be for Q3 specifically. The reason for that is if you can be getting paid at a new title in either August or September, and you continue to be paid at that title for October, November, that's awesome. That would be 4 months paid at title. And I don't have an announcement. I am not giving you official information, but in my past almost 12 years doing Scentsy, a big component of the trip points is being paid at title. So if you can get paid at title for 4 months right off the bat, starting next month, that's going to be your best plan of action. That's what our high level performers are going to do. They're not waiting for October. They're not waiting for November, and December. Certainly they're not waiting because there's only 10 days before the Christmas cutoff in Canada. Okay. So you have to think backwards. You want to have big, big goals in August and September. Don't wait for October. Don't wait for November. You're just going to be mad at yourself. And you're going to go, I wish I had listened to Jen when she told me about that on the day 24 video. Anyways, I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow, and I hope you have a great day.